everybody. All right, we're back. So if you listened or watched the last video or listened to the last podcast, I made an announcement that we're going to transition away from cleaning how-to videos and we're going to go into building businesses nearly 100%. I'll put out cleaning videos here and there, but I'm here to tell you guys that is not what's important. How to clean is not what's important in your business. My belief is that most of you guys, even if you're brand new to the business, want to be the best cleaners in the world, and I understand that. And cleaning is not rocket science. Once you know some basic concepts, you can be a great cleaner. And I've got videos that are showing that already. I don't have to continue to pound how-to videos at you over and over and over again. You guys, there's lots of videos online that'll show you how to clean well. If you have cleaning questions, please email me, let me know your question. I'm happy to answer them. But that's not what's important in your business. And what I said in the last video was I'm tired of seeing broke cleaners, especially in this market with inflation, and it's eating you up. Gas is eating you up, and everything, and just feeding your family is costing more. And you're still struggling with those same prices you had for the last 5 years. You haven't even raised them. Many guys are just struggling along, and they're too afraid to even add 10% to a bill that they hand to their client. They're too afraid that they're gonna, I can't pay that, and then they'll lose that customer. It's a mental block in your head. Get rid of it. It's not true. It doesn't exist. People know things cost more, and they know you're going to cost more, and they're surprised when you're not. And many of you guys heard your customers say, oh, this is less than I expected when you go and clean. Oh, and they're surprised, and you feel good about it. Wow, I did this great service, and they're happy with the price. That's a problem. When your customers are telling you, oh, you're too cheap, that's a problem. That's a red flag, a neon sign saying you're too cheap. They know you're too cheap. They're going to continue to call you because they like the deal, but they're willing to pay you more. And if that's 10% or 20% or 25% or 30% higher than you typically are, then so be it. You need to run your numbers. And we're going to do another video on how to price yourself profitably. That video is coming soon. But this video is something that I think is a step one. When we're just starting in business, our main concern is learning how to clean properly and making sure we have great equipment, best equipment that we can afford, and getting the proper chemicals in and cleaning products, and then all the accessories, the floor machines and the CRBs and all this other stuff that allows us to do our job to a high level. And that's where we all need to be. If you're going to raise your prices and get a higher price point, you need to make sure, first of all, that your equipment and your chemicals and all your products that you use are top notch. And in order to do that, in order to have those good products, a good truck mount or portable, the best thing that you can afford is to make sure you can afford more. And in order to afford more, we need to price ourselves at a higher level, or we're going to not be able to get what we need. If we're just scraping for scraps on the bottom, it's going to be a problem when we need to buy something and we can't afford it because we've used all our money on chemicals and equipment. And now everything that we need, we can no longer afford because we have all this great equipment and we bought it maybe on a loan, or we financed it, or we simply just can't afford anything else because we're just barely scraping the profit margin. Our cost is equaling what we're bringing in. So our revenue and our cost just basically get washed. And that includes the money that you bring home. So you're pulling money out of the business every week, whether it's $500, $1,000, $2,000 a week to feed your family. And if that equals everything out of the business, and everything you take out of the business and you pull it, you're maxed out at that, whatever your break-even point is, and you can't afford to buy anything more. It just kind of, the wheel keeps rolling year after year. He says, everything, I buy all this stuff and I take out exactly what I need to make feed my family and pay for things at the household, and there's no profit involved in the business. So unless you have a profit margin in the business, and the business actually has an account set up to capture that profit, and you have a system set up to make sure that out of every job a profit is taken, and it's not just, okay, I'll just take a profit out of every, no, if you're already on that line and what you take out is exactly what you need, and the business functions as it functions, but it only provides that $1,000 a week for you, and there's no extra, then a change needs to happen at the business structure level, at the systems level, to produce a profit automatically. And sometimes it involves raising a price, sometimes it doesn't. 9 times out of 10, the people I consult with are too cheap to begin with. Their profit margins are too small, and they cannot continue. Well, they can continue, but it's going to be a long struggle their whole life, their whole career as a carpet cleaner. And this is a great business to make money. You can make money easily in the carpet cleaning industry, but the problem is we don't know how to run our businesses, and as a result, we just it comes in, it goes out, comes in and goes out. At the end of the month, it was like, I don't even know where that $10,000 went, and that needs to be changed. That needs to be changed in every single business around this country if we're going to stop seeing broke carpet cleaners everywhere, and we're going to start seeing business owners that are successful. So my step 1 for becoming a successful business, we got into business, and the first step is going to be stop worrying about your equipment and your chemicals. This is a problem because it's all we're worrying about. We go out, I see these message boards. Hey, how about this piece of equipment? How about that? Oh, I can't afford a CRB. What's the best portable? What's the best cleaning product? And I talked to a guy recently, and his garage is full of different chemicals. So it's a great thing to test and make sure that we are having the best chemicals out there, and making sure that our cleaning products and our machinery is top notch and what it needs to be. But we don't need to fill our garage up with different chemicals. It's just an undue cost. It doesn't need to be there. There's only a certain amount of testing that we need to do. There's a ton of great chemicals, a ton of great machinery out there. You could almost just go buy any machine right off the shelf, and it's going to function for you, and you're going to be able to clean carpet. Is it the best? I don't know. Who really cares? Does it have suction, and does it provide pressure? You can clean carpet. The machine used to scrub, is it a rotary machine, 175, or is it a CRB, or is it a hand brush? I don't care. You can clean efficiently with a hand brush. Is it easier with a CRB or a rotary? Sure it is. Do you have to have a CRB to run a business? Absolutely not. Do you have to have a rotary to run a business? Absolutely not. Do you have to have a truck mount to run a business? No. You don't have to have any of these things to run a business successfully. First of all, your customer doesn't give a rip what truck mount you use. They don't care what chemical you use. They don't care what you're scrubbing the carpet with. They don't care. All they want to know is, can you provide the service that I'm paying you for? Period. That is all. So all this bickering amongst ourselves about what equipment is the best, what truck mount is the best, which chemical should I use? Should I go with this chemical? Should I go with that brand? Who cares? No one cares. It doesn't matter. The only person that matters to is the manufacturers of the cleaning products. Of course, they want you to use their products. And some products are great products. You know what? If you go to any major manufacturer, you'll probably be able to come up with a line of products that works well. Any major manufacturer. I don't care whether you're using ProChem or Pro's Choice or Clean Right or any number of these major manufacturers, or pretty much any of the smaller ones as well. So we got some new manufacturers coming in, and we got some old ones that have been around forever. Any of those will be able to provide you with a line of products that are going to work well for you. Any of them. Stop bickering about which one's the best. Pick a product and use it. Stick with it. If you find something better later on, or if you try something, fine, switch it up. I've used the same product in my vans forever. Since I've started business, there's only been one change of my main pre-spray. I use Clean Right's Extreme Cleanse. That's my main pre-spray. Yeah, do I need an ends on every job? No, I can switch it up, and I have a few other pre-sprays in my van for that. A different one for wool, different one for specific things. But I very rarely will test products anymore. I know what works for me, and it works. Pick a product, stick with it, stop bickering about which one's the best and changing products constantly and trying to figure out this or figure out that. Find something that works and use it. Find an in-cap chemical if you're doing in-cap, VLM, whatever you do. Find a pre-spray for hot water extraction, find a rinse, and that's all there is to it. This is not rocket science, people. We can pick a line of chemicals and some spotters, and you can go out and you can clean to the best of anyone's ability, not just yours. So step one, stop bickering about your chemicals and your truck mounts and this and that. You know, are there truck mounts that are more reliable than others? Yeah, probably, but pretty much if you maintain your truck mount, it's going to take care of you. So you don't have to have the biggest, baddest truck mount in the world. You know, in these days with a lot of in-cap and VLM happening, you know, doing commercial and having a giant truck mount, we can do commercial many times with encapsulation product. I'll use an encapsulation product and a 175 that you picked up used at a swap meet somewhere, and you can make thousands of dollars doing in-cap. It's very low equipment cost on that. And then when we're in the homes, you know, if you have a truck mount, great. If you have a portable, great. Your customer doesn't care. A few people ask for a truck mount. Most people don't care. All they want to know is, can you clean this up? I have a mess here. This is what I need you to do. Can you provide that for me? If you can do that for them, it doesn't matter to them what equipment you used. If you're a dry cleaner, fine. If you can clean that mess up with a dry cleaning, do it. You know, and they're going to be happy. If you can clean that mess up with a truck mount, fine, do it. They'll be happy. And if you can clean it with a portable, they're going to be happy. They don't care. Buy the best products you can for the money that you have. Don't finance $100,000 for truck mounts and equipment and this to get into this business. Now you have this giant payment that you're pushing a boulder up a hill because you've got to pay this payment every month because you financed it. You're purposefully being poor. You know, stop financing every little thing. Stop running your credit card debt. Stop paying payroll on credit cards. Oh, for goodness sakes, if you are paying your payroll on a credit card every month because you can't afford it, please stop. And just contact me right away, because that's a recipe for disaster. So if you're more worried about your equipment than paying your payroll, not on a credit card, these are giant issues for you. Most people aren't in that boat, I don't believe. I may be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong, and most of you guys are paying things on credit cards because you can't afford them cash, and we'll make some changes in your business. But what needs to change is stop worrying about your cleaning products, stop worrying about your equipment, and I want you to dig into business. I'm going to put some links down in the bottom of this video, and if you're on the podcast, it'll be in the description of the podcast. They're my affiliate links from Amazon on these particular books that I think are indispensable for every cleaner to read. And this is not something that, oh, you should read it if you want to do this or do that. No, that every single person should read these books, because we need, in this industry, we're failing at business knowledge. We're absolute failing at business knowledge. Very few people know how to run a business correctly and to scale it. You know, if you're running one truck, you can get away with a lot. You start adding 2 and 3 trucks and 4 trucks, let alone the guys that are running 20 and 30 and 40 trucks. You better have your crap straight if you're going to get to that scaled level. If you're running a single truck, you can get away with a lot. But if you ever want to grow, if you ever want to scale, if you ever have a dream of, yeah, I'd love to have 2 trucks. Can you imagine 2 trucks? That would be great. 3, 4, 5 trucks, whatever that number is for you. If you want to take over the world, you better have your crap straight, because you're not going to be able to do it if you're barely scraping by now. If you're scraping by now and you add a second truck, all it's going to do is exponentially increase your problems. Your problems get bigger if you're not set up correctly. If that business structure isn't there, you're going to have more issues when you have the second truck and the third truck and the fourth truck. If you think you have troubles now, try doing it when you increase that volume to 4 times the level you have now, and you're too cheap and your equipment starts to break down, and it just all starts to snowball, and again, you're paying payroll on credit cards. And how long can you sustain that model? It's not very long, and you end up going bankrupt and looking back and say, I don't know what happened. You know, I don't even know how it happened. How did I get $100,000 in debt? How do I owe taxes for the back 5 years because I couldn't pay the right amount, and it just kind of snowballed, and now I've got, you know, $70,000 that I owe to the IRS and $100,000 in credit card debt, and it's just a giant mess. So if we want to change this, we're going to have to change the way we're doing things as a whole, as a group of people. This industry is very cohesive. We can work with each other, and we can change what's going on in the industry. There's always going to be the people that are the bottom feeders, and they're happy with the scraps. I don't want most of you guys to be happy with scraps. We want to build our business to be successful, to make money, and I think we can do it as a whole, but we've got to come together. We got to make some changes, and we got to understand the industry's been too cheap for many, many years as a whole. And if we can start to ramp up those prices, and people start looking at us with more respect as business owners and not just the local cleaning guy. When someone asks you, what do you say I'm a carpet cleaner, or do you say I run a carpet cleaning business? Stop labeling yourself as a carpet cleaner. Now, you're not a technician, you're a business owner if you own the business. So that is it. That's the bottom line, is you have to run the business as a business and stop being a carpet cleaner and start being a business owner. And the next few videos are going to be deep into how to run your business. And I know a lot of you guys want to see cleaning. Sorry, that's not what you need. You need to have business knowledge. If you don't care, and you then don't watch my videos. But if you want to build your business to scale it, to get bigger, to grow, and to achieve those dreams that you have, then I'm here to do it. I'm tired of seeing broke carpet cleaners, and I'm on a mission to put a stop to it. So that's it for this video. Stop worrying about your equipment and let's dig into business. Go down to the links below, get some of those books, and I'll see you in the next video.